A bit of a rough day today on the weekly expiry. We managed to just about defend that 15,000 mark, which, by the way, we even reached intraday today. So didn't quite close at the session lows, but we were still down about 87 points for the Nifty futures. Breadth was a lot better after a lot of flip-flop and changing hands between the advances and declines. We did manage to close in advantage of the declines, but about 80 stocks standing to the declines within the F&O universe, with about 63 odd standing to the advances. The big theme today which really held out was PSUs. So across the board, if I just read out the top 6 movers to you, they were all from within the PSU basket. So BOB sprung up 12.5%. You had an ONGC up 7.6%. GAIL was up about 7%. BHCL, which had a block deal to the tune of approximately about 0.4% in the last lap of today's trading session, that as well sprung up very smartly by about 6.5%. There was BPCL, there was IOC, NTPC. These were your big movers, along with the Coal India as well. So action all within PSUs. That said, the gas stocks as well were a key focus. Prime Minister Modi's comment saying that the government is committed to bring natural gas under the GST regime, that really brought this entire sector in focus. Remember, this is also going to then reduce gas cost by about 10 to 15 odd percent, making gas more competitive as a sector, and they can then claim input tax credit as well. So be it Petronet LNG, which was a big mover today, IGL, MGL, Gujarat Gas, GAIL, and GSPL, these were all the big winners in today's trading session. What actually saw some losses were once again financials as well as private banks, which have run up quite hard. So in ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, both those names were laggards. Financials like a Bajaj Finance, HDFC as well lagged. And then, of course, some of the other names which have seen 3-4 days of consecutive run-up, a Motherson Sumi, which ran up pretty hard after the 2025 vision, which was disclosed by the company, or for that matter, Apollo Hospitals, which after the announcement of Apollo Prohit ran up pretty hard. That held out by about 3.5% as well. DLF, Apollo Tyres, LAL Pathlabs, these were some of the spaces which actually saw some amount of weakness in today's trading session. But that said, again, you got to keep a close eye on what really is the FI and momentum. Today on the channel, we were chatting with Credit Suisse's Asia Pacific head, and they continue to build a very strong case for both India as well as Australia, and that's a switch from their earlier preference to Thailand as well as China. And they're saying that India has had a stunning recovery from the pandemic, and the fact that the central bank has been so proactive in keeping the interest rates low, and that they believe that the interest rate regime is going to remain low for the next foreseeable future, also were key added factors as to why they like the India story.